Hey everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Rachel.
And tonight we're bringing to a special restaurant for us. This is the first restaurant that we actually had dinner at in Las Vegas, and it is also going to be our 100th restaurant or eatery review in Las Vegas.
We are headed to Bavettes Steakhouse inside of Park MGM. Let's go.
Here we go.
Just finished up at Bavettes. Been there multiple times before, and I don't think that disappointed.
I don't think it did either.
Yeah. I will start with, I think that Bavettes is one of the prettiest settings, honestly, of like any of the steakhouses you can see in Las Vegas. It's just a very beautiful, it's got an old school Chicago feel. It is a restaurant that comes from Chicago, and so that's where I think they're going for.
I would say it's very soothing.
Yeah.
You can just sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very dark.
Yeah.
So be prepared for that. All right, appetizers. We ended up, all of our food, we did eat with other people. So this is not just all of ours. We did have the bone marrow and oysters. What did you think?
Those oysters were delicious.
So good.
I know you just think oysters are oysters are oysters, but they're not. You could tell they were fresh. They were served chilled.
Ice cold.
Ice cold.
It was so good.
And they were really, really good.
Yeah.
I was really glad we ended up with those.
The bone marrow, it ended up giving, it was a lot.
It is a lot of bone marrow.
It's kind of shocking because when we had eaten here before, we went back and looked at pictures. This was before we had the channel. And you get like, I think one piece of bone marrow for like $15, $16 as an accompaniment to your steak.
Yeah.
But for this, it was, I think, $28, $29. So you would think that it's probably like, you know,
or maybe three?
Two, maybe, yeah. It's $6, and that's a lot.
It is a lot, because it's very rich.
So rich. We love bone marrow, but we actually did not make it all the way through.
No.
It ends up being just too rich, and there was also a lot of bread, which the meal did start off with some sourdough bread, which was so good. Yeah. I really enjoyed that.
So good.
With a nice good butter with it.
Warm sourdough bread.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the bone marrow, it tasted very good. The serving size is giant though. Yeah. So honestly, you should have at least 4 people if you're gonna do that. Like if you're just sitting there eating that by yourself, I hate to think what's, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know what's gonna happen to the bathroom the next day. That would be scary.
It's just so rich.
Yeah.
And like Josh said, we love bone marrow, and it's not a bad thing to have a overabundance, especially price-wise for an appetizer. It's just one of those like, wow, that's a lot. And then you feel bad, or I mean, at least I do, it's like, oh, I should finish that. But I can't finish that.
Yeah, because we knew we had a lot coming.
Yeah.
So we ended up with a ribeye.
The Chicago cut.
Chicago cut medium rare. And that was very good. It does come, they bring to the table like some finishing salt, which we definitely used. The steak was good. It was tender. It was flavorful.
Yeah.
A nice sear on it.
It was really good. I mean, it was a good classic steak. That's what I thought about it anyhow.
The other one, which was a new thing for us, was the beef stroganoff.
Wow. That stuff was good.
It was very good. It's got hand cut noodles. I like the noodles the best. The beef was super tender though too.
Oh yeah, it's like
I really
braised.
did like
I think
that.
it's braised short rib maybe, or braised meat for sure. On that, it made it so tender, like it just melted in
It
your
did
mouth.
literally disintegrate.
Mhm.
The one that we were a little bit disappointed with, we had never tried the pork chops there. It wasn't a standout.
No, it wasn't bad. It tasted like a pork chop, and it
Yeah.
was moist and not a dry thing. I mean,
Yeah.
so there's
No, I
those
mean, it
pieces, but
tasted fine.
won't-
It just did not stand out, and
Yeah.
I don't think I'd get it again.
and it won't be memorable. Like you'll ask us next
True.
week what we had for dinner here, and we won't remember that. That's how I think about it.
I
anyhow.
totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I felt like it was really good. Atmosphere, again,
Yeah.
so good. The service was very good, very attentive. Not the fastest, but it's kind of getting to the point where it feels like a lot of these big dinners are really a 2-hour thing.
Yeah.
So think about that when you're going to these.
The thing I did like about the service is, especially after he kind of gathered that we were, and we didn't have to tell him that we were going to be sharing. He asked, "Do you want that to come sliced as shareable?" For that, or
I
the
did
steak
like
and
that.
the pork chop. So he already brought that out, cut for us.
All right, well, that wraps up review number 100.
100. That's
Like-
a lot of restaurants.
If you are new to the channel or you're still looking for things, this is now 100 restaurants. Hit that like and subscribe. We got a whole lot more coming.
That's right.
If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.
You can also follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All our links are down below.
Thank you.